Good morning, everybody. It's Chris, your YouTube daddy here. Well, happy 3rd of January. This will be the 3rd consecutive day that I put a video up. So I'm true to my word. My New Year's resolution is to be doing a video every day this month. Well, what does today consist of? Well, to start with, it's 11:30, just looking at the clock. And I've got to meet Walk on the Wild Side. It's not your boy Leroy, the Myers family, and the Crap Girls, because we're doing letters. We got loads of letters at which I've dropped off at Pete's place, and I've just picked a load more up. So there's a load more that got delivered to the cafe. So there's probably Christmas cards in there and everything. So my first job today is to go out and do the letters with Steve, Pete and Katie and one of them Crap Girls, or both of them. I don't know if they're going to turn up. So after that, after I've done all that, then I'll be getting on with the bingo. Getting on with the last part of the bingo floor that I've got to do. So I've got quite a busy day today. So I said, happy 3rd of January. And there will be a video every day this month for the entire month. That's my New Year's resolution. So I'll see you over at Pete's. Well, guys, I'm outside Pete's, just waiting for him to turn up. It's still only 10 to 12 anyway, and we're not arranged to meet until 12 o'clock. So, while I'm here, don't forget, this will be the last letters before I go on holiday. But you can still send them, because they will end up to me, so that's not a problem. If you do want to send them, that's the address. That makes it nice and simple. That's 6 to 8 Dale Street, Blackpool, FY1 5AF. That's FY1 5AF. So you do want to send any letters to any of the YouTubers, Steve, Katie, Myers family, Jane. I've got a few for Jane, Visit Far Coast. I'm going to have to contact Jane soon, because I've got quite a few of them for Jane. Random and Desperate seems to be getting quite a lot at the moment. Paul and Theo, they're getting them as well. There seem to be all of them getting them at the moment. So, if you do want to send any letters, please feel free to send any letters to Blackpool, and that's the Crap Box, 6 to 8 Dale Street, FY1 5AF. Okay, see you in a second, as soon as Pete turns up. Well, Pete's finally turned up, and he did forget, didn't you, Pete, like normal?
What's that?
You forgot we were doing letters today. You don't realise how important this man is, Steve. He can't just wait around for people like you.
It's January.
Yeah, I know that, but he completely forgot. Me and Steve...
I've dressed for the occasion.
He has his dress for the occasion. Me and Steve were stood outside like lemons waiting for him because he'd completely forgotten. Anyway, so...
I apologise for that, Steve. That's for you. You could go and...
No swearing, remember. Now, Pete's New Year's resolution is not to swear. Isn't that right, Pete?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's his New Year's resolution, not to swear. So we're going to do the letters shortly. So Steve's letters will be on his channel. So there's Steve, always got the most. There's ours. And the Myers family haven't turned up. I have no idea why, but they haven't turned up. And nor have the Crap Girls. What happened to the Crap
Probably
Girls?
got food poisoning off that vegan crap.
They could do, eating that rubbish food. What happened to the Crap Girls? I thought the Crap Girls were coming.
No, they're coming over.
They're not coming either. Yeah. So it's just the 3 main men in Blackpool.
That's it.
Well, me, Steve, and, well, just the 2 main men then, I suppose. Okay then. I'll see you later. Don't forget, if you want to watch these letters, they'll all be on the appropriate channels. That's Walk on the Wild Side and what we'll do again. Walk on the Wild Side. There we go. And on the Crap Boys. See you in a bit, guys. Right, guys. Now we've done the letters and all that lot. They will be on the videos on Walk on the Wild Side and the Crap Boys to watch. I'm going to come and finish this last one here now, which is this one here. That's the last one I've got to do. But before I do that, I've been instructed by the wife that I've got to clean up first. Now, I thought it'd be all right just to leave all this mess for Tony, but apparently not. Apparently, she's told me I've got to clean my mess up first. So, now I've finished this bit over here, these 2 bits down there, I'm going to have to clean all the mess up that I've left, which is a bit annoying, but I suppose I best add, because we don't want Tony coming back from holiday and then coming back into a right mess. according to Karen. I would have left it myself, but Karen's told me I've got to clean up. So what I'll do is I'll collect all my tools up and I'll put everything back to where it's going to be, because all I've got to do now, I've got to put all these cups back on this coffee machine and basically put everything back to where it was before I came in here. And I'll put all my tools and everything down the bottom, because that's the last place I'm working, down the bottom. I'm hoping they've got a vacuum cleaner in here as well. I'm assuming they must have somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it. If not, I've got one in my side anyway, so I can always fetch the vacuum cleaner from my side. Believe it or not, I actually do know how a vacuum works, and I've got to move that cabinet back over to there because I've moved the cabinet over and stuff like that. And also, while I'm here, I'm going to stick the power on, just to power it up, because as I said, the last thing you want is it to go damp and it cause you problems. Because these things are dead awkward if they start getting problems. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. I'll show you what it looks like after I've cleaned it up. Right, guys, I've finished cleaning up. Well, I'll give it a quick clean up and a quick hoover. I found the vacuum cleaner. They had one of these battery vacuum cleaners, so the battery's just gone flat. So I've cleaned the most of it up. I've put all my tools away, so the bit at the top is all clean and all put back together. So Tony, if you're watching this, yeah, I've cleaned up after myself. I didn't want to, but Karen made me. And I've put all the stuff back to where I remembered that it went to. So that's it. But unfortunately, as I was cleaning up, I found another part of the floor that needs doing. So it's not only that bit at the bottom that needs doing, I've got a hole here as well, which I didn't know about. So I'm going to have to rip that bit up now and have a look at that, which wasn't a bit I was expecting to do. So I'll pull that bit up now and we'll have a look at what that bit looks like before I get to the main job, which I keep leaving till last because I really don't want to do that one. But saying that, it can't be as bad as the one over there. So I'm going to have to do this one next. So I'm going to whip the carpet up and let's have a look how bad it is. Right, I've just started to roll the carpet up and straight away I can see somebody stuck a sign or something like that underneath it to cover the hole up. Christ knows when this was done. I certainly didn't do it. So I'm going to pull the, I'm going to put a couple of screws on the side there, pull a couple of screws on the side there down. But I think this could be a whole panel across again. I could say somebody's put something under there to try and block the hole. But obviously that's not getting through to the root cause of it, isn't it? That's just covering it. And eventually it's going to give way. So I'm going to rip it up and see what needs doing. Back in 1 second, guys, when I've ripped it all up, and we'll see exactly the extent of the problem. Well, I seem to have screws just hanging out willy-nilly, and when the pink hammer won't work, use a crowbar. Because a crowbar will definitely do it. See, I just don't have the pink hammer. I do have some proper tools. So, let's rip them screws out. And let's have a look at, oh my God. Somebody's put some kind of metal signs with some description underneath. Oh yeah. There's a hole there straight away. I can see the hole. I can feel the hole there straight away. So what I'm going to have to do is pull the next layer of carpet up and see exactly how bad it is. But at some point, them have been laid underneath it just to patch the hole up. So what I'm having to deal with now is bodgers. I have no idea when that was done. Okay then, so I'll whip the carpet up and we'll have a look underneath it, see exactly what it looks like once I whip that brown carpet up. See you later, guys. Okay guys, it looks like this was bodged underneath the same time this one I did the other day was, because it's obviously the same colour board and this has gone underneath the brown carpet. Now I don't know how long this brown carpet's been here, but it was here before I bought the place, and I've had the place for about 18 years now. So, and it was So it's been here for decades. And that definitely looks like a 1970s colour. But if we look at it, if we just look at this here, yeah, completely gone. Exactly like the other ones. Completely gone here. So it looks like I'm going to have to cut quite a lot of this out. And I'm going to have to pull this orange board up and see what's happening underneath there. Okay then, well, at least I found it. I didn't even realise it was there till I was hoovering and walked across it. But that one was definitely going to go. I can't believe it was just covered up with like signs or plates or something. So it looks like what's happened is decades ago it was bodged with a bit of board. And then in the recent history, it's obviously started to give way. So they've put that underneath it instead of fixing the problem. So I'm having to take the 2 lots of bodges off and go straight back to the beginning. Okay then, I'll see you in a bit, guys. I'll show you when I've cut the hole out and let's see how big the problem is. Okay, I've just started working away at it, and literally that's just been the pin cam have been able to get that through. So let's see how many boards I actually need to cut out. But I'll do as I say I did on the other one. I'll cut out whatever the affected boards are, and then I'll just replace it with proper ply board. So not any little tin things or anything like that. So we'll replace it with the proper board so it's nice and solid like the ones that I fixed here. As I said, if you're going to do a job, let's do it properly. It's a bit of a pain, but... And while I've cut it all up, we'll see if we can find Leroy under there or see if there's any treasures. Well, as you can see, guys, it is quite a big. It's covering, looks like 3 floorboards. The ones that side and that side seem to be all right. And the beams are all right. And luckily enough, that there is brick. So the beams are going on top of brick. So there's no cellar here. So it's not going to be the problems that I had before. So what I've got to do now is just cut all that lot neat and square. And then I can cut the board up and put it in. So you can see it's all pretty rotten. I'll tell you what, guys, it's taking some cutting out, this is. And I think I'm going to have to put some beams just along there as well, just to protect it. So I'll put some beams along there. I'm just going to take this one out now. And then I'll put some beams along there, there, and there. And I'm only going up to there because that's where there's a beam, and then put a beam there. Tell you what, really is taking some cutting out, this is. I'm definitely getting too old for this, guys. I hope I don't find any more bloody holes. Okay. So I've finished cutting out the bit that needs replacing, the dodgy board. Now I'm going to have to stick some battens around the edges just to make sure it's completely solid, because obviously that side there I've only cut up to the beam, and if I don't put a batten on there, when you stand on it it'll bend down, so I need to stick some battens on it. So I'll put the battens on now, and then I'll quick show you a picture of what they like with the battens. But while we're here, let's have a quick look, see if Leroy's under there. Let's turn the torch on. Let's see if we can see anything underneath. So what have we got underneath here? Not a lot, it just seems to be wood from... Yep, not a lot. I'm just looking underneath at the moment. No, no treasures. No treasures. I love looking for treasures under this. When I, as you probably know, I've got an old, I live in an old hotel. And when I decommissioned it and turned it into my house, I had to take out a lot of the old partition walls. And I was finding newspapers in the partition walls were back from the 1940s. And I thought that I found an old RAF flying jacket in the wall and stuff like that. And some old Woodbine cigarette packets behind the walls, behind the last stud walls when I was ripping out. So when I ever do a job like this and I'm going underneath floors or inside walls that have not been touched for decades, I love to see if there's any treasures. But unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any treasures here. All I've seen so far is just loads of rubble. And you can actually see the bricks there, which are holding the, because it's only about 1.5 feet deep. And then you've got bricks, and then the beams are put on top of the bricks. And then the floor's put on top of that. So, no treasures. Okay, I'll see you in a bit once I put the battens on. Right, as you can see, guys, I've put a couple of beams across there, and I've put a beam across there, which goes onto the brickwork. So the idea of that one there is to stop any bounce in the floor. So putting that beam across there and having it actually on the brickwork makes it a lot more solid, because the brickwork's not going to give away. So all I've got to do now is cut a bit of wood like yesterday and then slam it in there and put it all back together. Oh dear, I wasn't expecting to do this one today. Well, that's another video for tomorrow, because there's no way I'm going to get round to that until tomorrow. And so hopefully, so what I'll do is I'll put all this back together. I'll show you what it's like. I'm charging the battery up at the moment for their vacuum cleaner, because they're going to charge you a vacuum cleaner. And I'll give it a going over again to keep it clean. Because if I don't, the wife watches these videos and she'll tell me off. She says, you've got to clean up after yourself. And I'll see you in a second, guys. I'm definitely getting too old for this. Don't worry, guys. This time next week, I'll be on holiday. See you in a bit. Here we go again, guys. No power tools, just hard manual labour, as it should be done the proper way. So I'll just cut that bit up to size there, which is that bit there. And then I'll pop it into there. And then pop the carpet down. Then that should be all done. He says, hopefully. I hope I don't find any more holes other than the one at the bottom, which I've got to do. Now that one, I've been looking at that. I'm going to have to take that whole front bit up there, that like tread thing there, and then put stanchions underneath the bottom because of the bounce on it. Now I know this has been going for absolutely years, and the problem here is you get all the wheelchairs coming in here. I know there shouldn't be electric wheelchairs coming in here, but you'll always get the one person who brings an electric wheelchair in. And the actual, because I've done this bit, I did this bit a couple of years ago, but this is the bit that the problem is when the electric wheelchairs come in here. And when you've got somebody on an electric wheelchair who's quite heavy, and then you've got the electric wheelchair itself, you're probably talking in excess of 40 stone. So that's obviously what's damaging the front of here. So I'm going to put some real heavy stanchions under here to make sure that that doesn't could be a problem again. But that's going to be tomorrow's problem. But I know what I'm doing now. I've made a decision on how I'm going to do it. So at least I know what I'm doing now. So I'll just finish this one off here and put it all back together. So I'll show you once the board's down. Right, this is just to prove that I'm actually cutting it myself. So when that Peter says, I don't do any manual work, you can say, I've actually seen him doing manual work. Funny enough, I was talking to Peter earlier, and he was watching the video of me underneath the cellar, and apparently he found it very amusing sitting on his sofa with a cup of tea watching me work hard. Unbelievable, eh? See you in a second, guys. Well, there we go. The board fits absolutely perfectly. I've just got to screw it down and then put the carpet back on. But that is absolutely solid. You know, obviously with putting the extra beam across, going across the bricks and stuff like that, that is absolutely solid. I know it takes a little bit of time to do it properly, but as I said before, with the amount of traffic that's going along here, it has to be done solid, because I can't afford for the boards to give away and stuff like that. So if you're going to do a job, do it properly, and don't try and bodge it with little bits of tin or little, like, what good is wood that thick? Absolutely no good. You have to use proper wood which is designed for the job, and this wood is also treated, so you won't get any damp in this wood. So I'm not going to, 10 years time, I'm not going to have this same problem here. Okay, I'll show you when all the carpet's down and everything. Right, there we go, guys. That's another hole fixed. That's absolutely solid now. Nobody's going through that. So, hopefully, we've only got the one more left, which I say I'll be doing tomorrow, which is that one there. So it's all clean up that part up there, because obviously I finished up there, and now I will clean all this part tomorrow. So I'll just leave my tools here now. And don't forget, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for video number 4 for this month. So look, it's all reasonably clean. I will give it another hoovering once I've completely finished it, but as a general rule, it's pretty clean, and I'll put it back together so the wife can't nag at me for it. Okay then, if you like this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. And thanks a lot for watching and interested in what's going on. And if there are any, right, as you know, I'm going on a holiday on the 10th, and we're going to Florida. So if there is any things you want me to film, if there's any specific you want to know while I'm out in Florida, I'll be in Orlando direction and Tampa, between the two. So please let me know, and I'll be quite happy, if possible, to go out and film. If there's any particular restaurants you want me to go and review, or anything like that, or any parks or anything like that. Okay then, thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you later.